back. Oh my gosh. That was so strange. I'm so sorry about that. My stream was still going as if it was still going. It didn't stop on my end on my streaming service. So I don't know if YouTube kicked us off or what, but it's always an adventure, right? So I'll just keep going. I'll just pick up where we left off, and hopefully everyone will find their way over or find the recording later. So it took me a minute to just post it at all the places on the course hub and everything, and hopefully you guys are finding your way. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Patty, Susan, Margaret, Brenda, for being here. All right, let's get back down to the desk, and we're almost done with this page. So I think we can do it in the 10 minutes we have left. And if we go over into lunch for 5 or 10 minutes or so, that should be okay, just to make sure we get you where you need to be. So let's get back to our slides, and we should be right here. Now, this is where I was talking, so it may have cut off. I think I was still wrapping my frame. The next thing I did, just to review what we were doing, yay, Ruth's back. Okay, is I grabbed these 3 pieces from the ephemera pack. So we've got the bingo card, this royal jelly line card, and then this tag is going to be like our interactive journaling that's going to slide in and out of this pocket. So the bingo card and the royal jelly line are going to be background pieces. They're adhered to the red paper. Next, we're going to add this, we're going to create a pocket with these 2 photos. Now they're not adhered together, they're just adhered on the side and the bottom so that this tag can slide in there and have a little interactive journaling over here. Okay, so Tam's saying she had to refresh her layout. Okay, awesome. So hopefully everyone's finding us. All right, so what I kept doing was I adhered this bingo card directly to the background, and it's adhered about 1/4 of an inch down from the top right corner of the frame and against the edge of the frame. So when I added the frame, I just placed it so that there's an even margin on the top, left, and bottom. And of course, this branding strip tucks under here, right here. We'll come back and decorate this later. You've probably noticed that the B is going in the wrong direction. We're going to add another B on top of it to fix that. So let's just start over here, and then when we get down here to our title and our photos, we'll add a couple decorations over here. So the next thing I did is, again, the 3 items from the ephemera pack, the bingo card, the royal jelly line, or however you say that, and this tag. So I adhered the bingo card 1/4 inch down, and then we're going to add this one, but I first added 2 paper clips to the top. They're both standard paper clips. One I've just clipped on there so that the large loop is in front, and then the second one, I put the small loop in front. So it looks like 2 different sizes of paper clips, but I really just put a different loop on the front each time. So once you have your paper clips on there, we're going to go ahead and add this card to the background. Let me just make sure that my comments are advancing. Okay, so it looks like everyone's finding us. We've got viewers and eyeballs back on over here, but if not, hopefully they'll catch us later. So we're going to adhere this royal jelly line overlapping the bingo card. You can see how it's kind of covering some of the letters here, but we want it about 1/2 inch from the right edge. So we could go ahead and add that there. We're just going to set our tag aside. We can add the twine and journaling to that later. But let's go ahead and make our pocket with those 2 photos. So let me find the best view for this one. Let's see here. This one would be good. Okay, so for this one, we have our 2 photos. You can see the one on the left. I did map my photos. So just like on the second layout we did, where I cut my photos down a little smaller to have that 1/16 of a border. I believe I matted these, or I may have cut down my photos. But either way, you're going to adhere one up against the frame, and then the other one, I just tilted it slightly just to give it some more personality. But when you're adhering this, we want this to be a pocket. So we're adding adhesive on the bottom and edge, depending on what side it's on. Now my glue wasn't cooperating. Now it is, thank heavens. We want something to cooperate today. So I'm going to use my liquid adhesive for this because it is going to be a pocket. And when we go to adhere this, we want these to be about 1/2 inch up from that branding strip. So it's going to overlap the bottom of these ephemeras. You can go a little more if you want, just depending. And then our title is going to sit on that baseline of the branding strip. So we just want to leave room for that happy word to go in there. So let me do my left one first. And I'm going to put adhesive, strong adhesive, either red line tape or liquid adhesive across the bottom and on the back of the left side. So it's an L shape. So I'm going to add this butted up right next to the chipboard frame so that the top right corner is open. And then I'm going to do the opposite on the right photo. So we have one large pocket in between these two photos. This one, again, I am just tilting it slightly just because I didn't want all my layers to be perfectly straight. I just wanted to add a little personality. Of course, you can have them all straight, whatever you like. And then we'll just adhere that there. So that has a pocket, and I'm going to leave that to dry. In fact, I'm going to grab my acrylic block and let that dry for a minute. I'm just going to weigh that down. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is while that's drying, I'm going to go work on my frame, and I've got two butterflies over there. So let me find that photo right here. So I've got these two butterflies. One of them, the red one, is from the sticker book. So if you notice, when you go to your sticker book butterflies, you're going to see some of the red butterflies have striped bodies. There's like two solid ones. One has a striped body and one has a black solid body. I think there's only two. Yeah, and then you got your florals. So we want the plain red one that has a regular body. It's not striped. And that's the one that we're going to adhere to the top of the frame. Again, I'm going to use the 1/8 inch strips behind the body so I can bend up the wings. So if you like to do that, you can do that. In fact, I think I cut that a little too long, so I'll just trim that there. You guys finding your way? All right, it looks like most people found their way over here. Some may have decided to take a break. So that's totally fine. All right, so we got our red butterfly from the sticker book. That's going to go on the top of the frame. We're just letting our pocket dry over here. And then our blue butterfly comes from the floral bits, but he has a striped body. So look for one in the floral bits that's blue with a striped body. So it looks like this with the striped body. Okay, we'll add the 1/8 inch foam behind the body and add that one to the left side of the frame. We're still letting our pocket dry for a second. Love those butterflies, so cute. Okay, so while our pocket still dries, let's go ahead and add, actually, we'll come back to the bees because I want to place that lantern first if you have the photo in front of you. Yeah, so there's two bees, but one is close to the lantern, and so I want to wait to do those until the lantern's in place. So let's go back to our pocket that we just made with our photos. And that should be dry now. I'm not going to tie the twine on this one, but I'm just going to tuck it in there, and we can come, when you have a minute, you can come back and tie the twine on top. But let's go ahead and add our title here. And in fact, we do need to decorate the bottom of the frame because it overlaps that lantern. So let's go to that section. Sorry, I'm bouncing all over the place. Sometimes when little hiccups like that happen in technology, it kind of scatters me a little bit. So thanks for being forgiving. Okay, so we are going to do our two bees. Both of those bees come from the 12 by 12 sticker. And when you look at your sticker sheet, you'll see there's actually 3 bees on here. There's a small one down here and then 2 larger ones on top. We're going to use the 2 large ones. So I'm first going to place this larger one, or this straight on one. And this is the one we're going to cover the one that's now, flying sideways. So we're going to use that one to cover this one on the frame. And we're popping it up just to give it a little dimension. Okay, now I'll place my left facing bee. And this one I'll just use, I know our lantern's not there, but I can see that I placed it just on the right edge of that rose. So I'll do that again. And maybe I'll just work around it with my lantern. So we'll just place it kind of, there's a little gap right here in between the leaf and the two leaves. I'm going to place it over that gap. Okay. Next up, we need this Days Like These. That comes from the 12 by 12 sticker as well. I did not staple this one this time because I'm overlapping the brad onto it. So let's leave that without a staple, unless you want a staple, but I did pop it up, and we're going to pair that with this sticker book lantern. So you may want to grab both of those. The Days Like These comes from the 12 by 12 sticker, and then the lantern comes from the sticker book. So we can place those together. Oh, thanks for bearing with me while I get my bearings again. I think I'll do my lantern first from the sticker book. I'm a little flustered, but who wouldn't be, right? Technology. Yeah, so I will reach out to the streaming place. I think they can look up the history and see whether it was an internet issue or an issue on their end. And if it keeps being an issue on their end, then we're definitely changing. All right, so here is our lantern, just right along the left edge of that chipboard frame. And then we'll add that Days Like These. And that comes from the sticker sheet, and it's right here at the top above the word smile. So I did tuck the left end of this under the chipboard frame or the lantern, and then it goes right across the bottom of that chipboard frame. In fact, you can see I kind of overlap the bottom edge of that frame a little bit. It just bumps down slightly just to give a different shape. So we've got the lantern, the sticker from the sticker sheet, and then the two bees. The last thing in this little cluster is that brad, and that is the small cream text brad. This one right here. So we'll go ahead and place that. And it's amazing how just adding one little brad can add so much to a layout. Okay, so now that we have that figured out, we can now add our title because it does overlap this right edge of the lantern just slightly. So let's go to that image. This word happy is from the foam stickers. Now the foam stickers are super, super sticky, and once you set them down, you can't move them. So be really, really careful. Now this one, because our lantern is and our chipboard frame is there, and I wanted this to kind of overlap the lantern slightly, I did add additional foam to the back of this just to bring it up to the same height as this lantern. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. So again, even though it's foam already, we are adding additional foam to bring it up to the same height as that frame and lantern. Okay, and at the break, I got to get Amber's little hook tool she gave me because it's awesome. All right, so this is going to go across the bottom of your photos, and the bottom of the word is just going to sit on that branding strip. Okay, now we have this little bit of an empty space below our word happy, and it just felt a little lonely. So I did add another phrase sticker here. Okay, Ruth is saying her foam stickers are different. Okay, so you actually have two sides of your foam stickers. So there's this side that says sunny and today, and then if you flip it over, you should have an entire other sheet. Oh, she found it. Okay. All right, glad you found it. All right, so the last little phrase comes from the sticker book. And this one is one of the cream phrases. So let me find where I put mine. Mine might be in that first tray that I just skipped past. Yep. Okay, and the phrase we want is the yellow one that says, let the sunshine in. So this one right here. Let the sunshine in. So I'm going to ink the edges of that. And this one I did pop up with the foam tape as well. Oh, my little heart is stopped racing now. You guys are so great. I know like these sessions are long, these 3-hour sessions. So it doesn't surprise me that like, you know, the computer gets tired too after a little while. So life happens, stuff happens, and you guys are flexible and finding links. So I'm glad we always remind each other at the beginning of our classes. So hopefully everyone makes their way. Okay, so what time are we at? 10 after the hour. This little phrase sticker is just going to go right below. And I'm kind of centering it below these spaces. Do you see how there's a little space between the P and the Y? I'm kind of centering it, almost like to cap that off or fill that in right below. And then that will just finish out the page. So if you're joining us late, we just added these ephemera pieces. We created a pocket with our 2 photos where we slipped our journaling tag in. You can tie a bow into that and end the break. We added butterflies to our frame. We added these stickers here as well as the bee stickers covering the bee that was going the wrong direction. And then we did our title from the foam stickers and the phrase at the bottom. And then that completes that layout. We did it. Oh my gosh. Are you sweating bullets? Are you like, where's Jana? Okay, we did it. 3 layouts, 2 double pagers. Actually, I guess 5 layouts if you count the 2 sides of our double pagers, right? So we've got 5 layouts done. We will be back at 1:30 to create our next 3 single pagers. These ones are full of techniques. And you'll need your sewing machine. So if you haven't got that set up with white thread, you may want to do that on the break when you do have your lunch. But I think we're set now. I think we're ready to move on. So we'll be back at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, which is about an hour and 20 minutes from now. And we'll just keep praying that the live streaming gods will keep us in mind and keep us going. And I hope you love the pages so far. We'll just keep making. Happy Linen Market Day, as you guys have been saying. Oh, look, I've got a foam tape thing on my head. We're all kinds of fun. All right, we will see you after the break. Thanks, everyone.